After spending the day in Kranja and Velika, we made the drive north to one of the most iconic spots in Slovenia, and that is Lake Bled.
And spoiler alert, Lake Bled was by far one of our favorite regions in Slovenia. So stay tuned as we show you 10 fantastic things to do in Bled, where we stayed, and be sure to stay till the end to hear our must-do Bled recommendations, all in this episode of Lucas World Travel.
Now we're David and Kendra. We sold everything to travel to 100 countries to find our favorite and permanently relocate to that one. Slovenia is our 27th country.
So we've arrived to our Bled Airbnb, and our host is so sweet. She brought us a carafe of wine and 2 little cakes for dessert. This is such a nice way to start our first night in Bled. And for $57 a night, we had everything we needed for a comfortable stay. So Lake Bled is one of the symbols of Slovenia, and it is so scenic and beautiful. So we're going to start the day by doing a somewhat intimidating climb up to Bled Castle. A little exercise will be good for us, so let's go. And we have arrived to Bled Castle. Now this castle is over 1,000 years old, making it the oldest castle in Slovenia and one of the most popular tourist destinations. This castle has a museum, a chapel, and castle walls to explore. But honestly, the first thing we did when we arrived was to run to the courtyard to admire the beautiful lake views. And I dare say this is one of the best views of the lake. Included in the price of admission to the castle, you get a free wine tasting. And it's so delicious, I say that alone is worth the price of admission. The views as well.
This one is from 2016 and this one is 2019. So try first the white one and then go for the red one, yeah?
It's nice and fruity. Very light. It's rich flavor. I think I prefer the white actually.
Kendra's good at tasting wine. She can taste wine all day.
And I do.
Tastes great to me. That's all I know. I prefer red.
Well, good. We're
So
perfectly
you
matched. I preferred the white, you preferred the red. That's why we belong together.
Sauvignon.
They really have a nice variety of wines, and we enjoyed ending our visit to the castle with a tasting. So after enjoying the beautiful views of the island from the castle, we recommend catching one of the rowboats to the island. The city does not allow any motorized crafts on the lake, making for a nice, relaxing day out on the water. It costs €15 per person and takes about 20 minutes to get there. It really was a relaxing and chill ride, although I felt slightly bad watching our boat captain clearly working hard. So now we're going up the island. They allow us 45 minutes to tour around here, which is more than enough, as the island is very small. You can also pay €13 to go see the church museum and the top of the church tower. However, we just wandered around the island and enjoyed exploring. So the island has a charming walking path, so you can make a whole loop around the island in just 10 minutes or so. And you can see here how green the water is. It's practically glowing how turquoise it is. And For all of you do-it-yourselfers, you can also rent a kayak or a rowboat to paddle to the island yourself. Once you get back to the mainland, head to Velika Zaka Beach. This is a great swimming spot with a great view of Bled Island, and it also has easy access to kayak and paddleboard rentals. Just a few meters from the beach is Ojstrica hiking trail.
Ooh, so this is a 20-minute, somewhat steep trail to a viewpoint. It's quite rocky, so beware to wear athletic shoes.
Now this viewpoint sits at 611 meters high, and I must say it's worth the climb.
So this hike does take about 20 to 30 minutes, and it is a steep incline, but the view is worth it because you get a little bit closer to the island, so you get better shots of it. It's quite lovely. That hike was definitely worth it, you guys. What a way to end day one of our time here in Bled. We're starting day 2 in Bled by going to Vintgar Gorge.
Vintgar Gorge is part of Triglav National Park and is one of the most popular attractions in Bled, as you can see from this very long line. Tickets cost €10 per person to get in, and it's definitely worth it.
So the whole loop is 5.7 kilometers long, so it takes about 85 minutes to do the full loop. The gorge itself is over 250 meters deep, and it feels amazing to be right in the middle of it. You'll get to see these waterfalls and rapids at so many different angles. It's just lovely to behold.
And this park saves the best for last with big waterfalls at the end.
So we chose to take the less steep route back through the forest, but there were still stairs and hills, so I don't know how less steep it was. So the walk ends at St. Catherine's Church.
Then just follow the signs to the gated trail.
This is truly an interesting walk back. Look at the scenic view you get to see. It's a 30-minute walk back to the entrance of the park. But wow. So since we've gotten to Slovenia, we've been walking a minimum of 5 miles a day. Our busiest walking day, we walked 12 miles. So go ahead, pack your athletic shoes. Those are really the only shoes you need. You're gonna be walking.
Beware though, the views are so beautiful, you might just break out in song and dance.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Next, we took the Vogel cable cars up to see Lake Bohinj and the stunning Triglav mountain. This attraction is a bit pricey at €24 per person. At the top, there's a restaurant, hiking trails, and a stunning viewpoint.
This is the Julian Alps, and of this mountain range, Mount Triglav is the highest at 2,800 meters, about 9,000 feet. The view was indeed amazing, but I can't honestly say that it was worth the price for such a short attraction. I'll let you be the judge of that though. And our last stop of day 2 was Savica Waterfall.
So it takes about 20 minutes to walk to the Savica Waterfall. It's only €3 to get in per person. Another beautiful day in Bled. It is so nice to be out here in nature all day today. We read a sign up by the waterfall that said that negative ions are what you need to build your immune system, reduce stress. And this place is loaded with them because it has the water, the forests, and the mountains, both which give off those negative ions that give you positive energy. So whenever you can, get out into nature to recharge your batteries.
Yeah, it's well worth the climb. In estimation, when you have to do a 20 to 25 minute climb, that's about a mile hike. So yeah, it's worth it though.
So because we were in the area, we decided to end the day by sitting by Lake Bohinj. The water is so still, almost like a mirror, and it's perfectly surrounded by these beautiful mountains. And the lake's calm, gentle waters makes me feel calm and gentle as well. So day 3, we're going on a road trip around the surrounding area of Bled. Our first stop is right here in Kranjska Gora. Parking is free for the first hour, so we're taking advantage by taking in these great mountain and lake views. It's gorgeous here. So we're driving up this super windy road to the Soca Valley, and it's crazy narrow. Like, you have to go really slow, like 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, because you never know what's coming around the corner. So far we've seen sheep in the road and cows, and now these are the bikers to avoid. Now, why they choose to cycle up this super steep hill, more sheep. It's crazy. Okay, bikers, sheep, RVs, it's so much. Do not have a beer before taking this drive, people.
As you drive, you want to pull off at any of the interesting trails to look at the beautiful views. So the mountain peaks in Triglav National Park are the symbol of Slovenia, and you'll see them on the Slovenian flag. And you can see why. These mountains are very distinctive and so majestic. So now we're off to explore the Soca Valley. It is quite confusing to figure out all the points to go, so I highly recommend that you go to the information center in Trenta to get a map, and they can help you plan your journey. We didn't want to hike too much, so they gave us 4 viewpoints to check out, and that's what we're doing now. But there's miles and miles of trail if you want to spend all day and all your energy hiking around. So we're super confused because we don't speak Slovenian, and Google Translate is not translating very well. So we're gonna go this way, which says the upper stream of the Soca. At least it'll be something. Let's try it. And we made It was like a 15-20 minute walk. And it's kind of cool. Unfortunately, even with a map and park ranger recommendations, we could only find 2 of the 4 viewpoints. We really enjoyed the Velika Korita Solse point though. This canyon view was truly enchanting. Heading back into town, the most important thing you should eat in Bled is the Bled cream cake. This thing is so delicious, you will not regret it. Nearly all Bled restaurants have this cake available, but we went to Cafe Belvedere for the great views of Bled Island.
It's creamy. It has the texture of a mousse almost. But it's not as rich, not as heavy.
It has a light sweetness to it that's really nice. And these little dots are like mango sauce, so it really does add something nice. As we were leaving the cafe, we found a dance party in the parking lot. So we had to join in all the fun. It was the perfect way to end our 4 nights and 3 days in Bled. So our biggest travel tip is never pass up the opportunity to dance. So our favorites in Bled were definitely climbing up to Bled Castle to see the great views, going down Vintgar Gorge to see that amazing canyon, and to walk up to the hiking trail to see that postcard perfect view. So those get our highest recommendations. If we had to do it over again, we probably would spend more time at the beach, enjoying the lake, taking a paddleboard out, kayaking, things like that. So David and I have already made a pact to go back to Bled because once in a lifetime just is not enough. But next stop is Maribor, the 2nd largest city in Slovenia, and Ptuj, the oldest medieval town in Slovenia. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can follow the journey with us. And if you want to see even more of Slovenia, check out our playlist on the top there. Thanks so much for watching and happy travel planning. Until next time.